All right, you tuned into the right place. This is the Make It Count podcast.
Yes.
And if you don't know, this your girl Tiff. Boom. And I got my co-host right here.
The man with the plan, turning dreams into reality, Mr. Robert Jones.
Yeah. That's what's up.
Hey,
and we got a young entrepreneur in here. I'm going to let her
It's
introduce
so right.
herself. Go ahead.
my
What's your
God.
name, gorgeous?
My name is Bree.
Ooh.
DJ named BreeDaddy.
Okay, and she DJ too, so you got two different hustles, because that's not why we brought you here. Yeah. We brought you here to talk about your app, Vybez.
Definitely.
Yes, definitely.
So tell me a little bit about it.
So Vybez is a platform where you can find anything that pertains to your taste. So for example, sometimes I might want to go see an art event or I want to see a live show. So we categorize it in a way where you can see nightlife events, arts and entertainment, live shows. We have miscellaneous just because, you know, you might feel like, fuck it, like I want to do something random. And that's how we broke it down. And, you know, just by doing research, I noticed that a lot of teens and kids or even college students like me go out and get drunk and then end up getting an accident. So we installed Uber and Lyft on the app so you could find an event and you can get a ride there too. So we're just trying to let everybody vibe out, enjoy his time, and get home safe too.
I find it very interesting that you say that you're in college. Most college students don't have that drive to even start a business. Like,
Right.
where did you get the idea to even start a
Right.
business while you're in college?
So I moved here from a small state called Delaware, and coming from a small state to a city that is honestly bigger than the state, it's kind of like, wow, like there's so much to do, but it's not categorized in the way you can really filter out like what to do and when to do it and what age to do it at and such. So when I came down here to Miami, I was like, wow, like I'm 19 years old now, like at the time. And I was 19. I'm 21 now.
Okay.
I was 19 when I thought of the idea, just in my head. And I was like, dang, like I wish I knew what to do tomorrow on a Thursday or a Friday. So I was just like, you know, I just wrote down every idea I had, and I just was like, you know what? Me being a computer science major, why don't I just have an app? It look good for my portfolio.
Computer science major? Hold on, we can't run past that.
I know. You see how she just tried to like casually?
I want to congratulate you because I'm
Thank
a computer
you.
science major as well.
Thank you. So you know the struggle.
Best school in the world, Grambling State University. But yeah, what made you major in computer science though?
Well, actually my father used to always convince me because I was so good with math. Like he was like, oh, you need to do, and I was always on computers too, like always trying to help people didn't even know how to get on Internet Explorer at my school. I was like, really? Like, but I would teach people how to download software and how to do this, that, and the other. And then being good at math kind of helped. Not as good now, but it kind of helped. So once he told me about, you know, you kids love apps nowadays. Like you need to go do computer science so you can learn how to make an innovative app. Like at the time, Instagram, all that wasn't that popular, but Facebook was, MySpace, like at the time. So I was like, you know what? That's true, because a lot of us don't know. We was all programmers at the time. When MySpace was out, we was using HTML, and we was using them pages. So I was already on game about it. So I was like, hey, like if this is what I'm good at, this is my calling, let me do it. So I majored in it.
So the idea came about 2 years ago.
Yes,
you
19.
just launched in October?
I launched the official version October 21st, although I had a different developer who failed. And we launched this tacky ass version that I never promoted. Like I didn't tell anybody it was an app store because he just tried to submit it to the app store to try to basically say I got it done. And it was a whole legal situation. So we just never promoted it.
Okay.
So
talk about that. What were some of the legal problems you ran into?
The issue was, I outsourced it in India because I am on a college student budget. and that's fine, like to know, you know, it's okay to outsource it if you're a college student. That's okay, outsource it. Just find the right developer, build that trust, get your NDA signed, get an LLC. Like don't BS it, because that's no shortcuts out here. So that's what happened. I ended up BSing it. I just went with the first developer who said they would do it, and they told me they would get it done in like less than 4 months, but the last 2 months they never contacted me. I'm emailing them countlessly, calling them through Skype, like everything. They wasn't answering. I even had
these camera guys that we know.
Shots fired.
I literally had to.
Wait, hold on, rewind. How did you find this developer?
Okay, so at the time it was this place called, I don't know if it was, no, not freelancer.com. I think it was called Outwork. It was so many years ago that I can't remember the exact website, but it was familiar with freelancer.com. They have a partnership.
Okay.
So you literally post your gig, and they'll bid on it. They'll tell you how much they'll do it. A lot of foreign countries, that's how they get a lot of their clients from the US, and I was one of them.
And they are a lot cheaper.
A lot cheaper. And they actually have apps in the App Store, but they have like a lot of simple apps. So maybe this was one of their first complex apps, because it's a lot of different, it's a lot of different parts that we have to work on. And I don't know if they gave up or what, but they wasn't contacting me. I'm 19 years old. Like I could only do so much. So I was making fake emails and everything to reach out to them. So I was like, you know what, y'all want to play these games? All right. I called my father, told him what happened. He told me go through PayPal, get my money back. So called them. They did a dispute, and then the company all of a sudden was like, "OMG, no, we have it basically done." Like, nah, 2 months. Like, I could see if it was 2 days, most 2 weeks, but 2 months, like, nah. I already had turned 20 by then, so I was like, I'm not dealing with this. Now I'm 20. Like, I'm not even a teenager to deal with this anymore. So I ended up finding a new developer, and we just went from there. This one, it was $2,000 more. So I was like, all right, back to the DJing, doing web development, doing anything like on the streets as far as like legal wise.
Okay, so you do web development. So then what made you outsource this project?
So this is an app. So like as far as apps, like they're two different coding. So with, like I said, we all did HTML. Websites are ran off of HTML and CSS on the front end, and on the back end it's like PHP and JavaScript. None of that is for apps. Apps is a whole different ball game. It's used by Objective-C, Swift, and if you want to do Android, it's Java. We did not learn any of that in school, except intro to Java. Like intro, okay. So I had to outsource it. Now the actual website for vibesapp.com, that was done by me, and someone else did the back end development. So so we did that one.
So I was checking out the website, and I noticed that you say you have a launch coming up and things like that. But before we get there, you said something that was very key that I want a lot of entrepreneurs to get. You say that your father gave you the idea. You mentioned his name quite a few times. So how important it is for your family to play a role into you starting this business and being successful?
Well, and I love them, but a lot of them didn't know, actually. My dad, I kind of was giving him like little, hints that I'm doing something, but I'm his youngest daughter, so I always want to be a little bit secretive and just surprise him with it. But I did tell him like, oh my God, I wish there was things to do down here, blah blah. But he didn't give me an idea to do that app. He just was telling me in the future, like, you can create an app when you learn and yada this, yada that. My mom is the one who actually helped me out through the whole process. So making sure I got this done and launched it. Yeah, shout out to the moms. My mom was a single mom, and she always did everything for me. She's helped with this app, getting shirts, and help emailing people, getting sponsors for the launch party and stuff. So she played a big role, rather than my father played a big role in as far as my education, like telling me what to do and how to do it. And she played a big role in just going out and doing it. She's taking action.
Shout out to Dad too.
So shout out to both my parents.
I find it, kind of strange that most parents is teaching a lot of people. Not strange, but that's great that your parents are teaching you to be an entrepreneur. Are your parents entrepreneurs?
No, not at all. They're veterans. They both served in the military, so they know how it is to work for people. And granted, they make decent money and everything. Like they don't like struggle and stuff, but they did really teach me, like, you know what, Brianna, like, you are not meant to work for somebody at a certain age. Like, and I've always been like that. I've tried starting a business since I was like 11. I used to make these little, you remember those little toy things where you used to?
Oh, okay, yeah.
I used to sell those on the street. Yeah. That's why I said I literally was doing every legal thing on the street. I never sold drugs. I never did that. I was selling water bottles sometimes, especially during a hurricane.
Okay.
Like stuff like that. Like, I always found a way to make a profit. So this was just something I'm really interested in.
All right, so let's hustle for you real quick. How can somebody reach out to you if they want to have their app posted, their event posted?
So they could, well, if you have an iPhone, they can actually upload it right from the app.
Got one right here.
Yeah, so they can.
I did download the app.
That is awesome. So as far as I know, you can still upload it from the app. We're actually in the middle of solving a bug issue and doing an update. So December, you should definitely be able to do that. But if not, we do have an Instagram called Vybez App, VYB.
Check out
Easy
Instagram,
APP, and you can always submit it to us, and we'll upload it within the less than 10 hours, honestly. So, because we have to at least review it and see it's nothing like booty bouncing on the D at 12 o'clock, because people would really sense anything, and I'm like, I'm shook. Like, what y'all got going on out here? But you know, I don't judge most events. Like, as long as it's nothing like out of the, out of context, then that's fine.
So you being a DJ, what type of events do you want to be in this app?
Well, it's so many different things that I DJ that I want everything on this app. Like, honestly, like even if you have, let's say, a pop-up shop or something, I want the pop-up shop on there. That way I know about it. That way others know about it. Now everybody knows about your brand, or launch parties, or for example, there's this, place called Miami Creative Space. They have like these jazz nights, yoga nights, this, that, and the other, like every day. Okay. That needs to be on Vybez because, for one, it's not really an age restriction, so that's open to everybody. It's very, it's very cheap. No, I haven't paid more than $5 there to just always enjoy yourself and have good energy. I love those things. But clubs and everything else can be on there too.
Okay. Now, are you the one that like uploads the events on there? Do you so like, is it just events that you want to go to? Do you hear about an event and you upload it?
Okay, so sometimes I might hear about an event that I know nobody else heard about. Like, it might be far on out. Like, some people might come to me. Like, some event coordinators have followed me and came to me about it. Someone had a network and sip party. It was like paint and sip, something like that. And I was like, wow, like, this is definitely going to be on there. So some people reach out to me, but I might not be interested in the event. Maybe I go out of town or something like this weekend. I won't be here for Art Basel, for example. But I would still encourage all events to be on there, all of them. Like,
I definitely think Vybez is so important. Like I said, unfortunately, I got the new BlackBerry key one. Y'all can check that out. But we don't have actually the app. But I checked out the website, and I think it's very important because, like you say, like a lot of people don't know about events. And that's people be main excuse for them to be lazy. Like, oh, I didn't know anything like that. So what type of strategies are you doing besides Instagram to reach out to these people so they can actually find out what's going on?
So that's why I definitely have partnered with different companies. Like FDF is something that I partnered up with. They're an upcoming record label in Miami as well. Okay. And they are going to help. They're going to try to run the events through their website too, because they get a lot of visits and such. And I'm also one of their DJs as well for the record label. Okay. So that also helps. So I honestly want to just keep networking. Word of mouth marketing is crazy. Honestly, I mean, I wouldn't be here if that wasn't the case. Yeah. And I also will do Facebook ads, Instagram ads, Pinterest, all types of ads. I'll even get to Craigslist if I have to.
I'm actually glad you said that because a lot of people, me and Tiff, we in PR, brand, and marketing. And a lot of clients that we work with, they feel that Facebook ads and Instagram ads don't work. So what is your idea behind that? I
think that it all depends because I was one of those people at first. I was like, oh, this ain't going to work. It's just a bot. But honestly, like with you guys having the background, you guys know how to use the target audience and messing around with it. And once I learned that, and it took a lot of YouTube channels and stuff to learn it. But once I really got that down,
no excuses.
YouTube is school, I swear. YouTube is school. Like, so once I really found out how to use target audiences and stuff, I was like, this does work because that's how a lot of people start reaching out to me. They might have seen an Instagram ad. Honestly, I'll be in South Beach, Wynwood. I'll be in Broward, Philadelphia. Wherever I go, I always have a business card to give to people, which just has the logo on it, my information, the Instagram and the app information on the back. So it's just been a lot of word of mouth, with my college budget.
So is this just a Miami thing or is this for any city?
It's for any city. So honestly, anyone who feels the need to upload their event or find things, what is good is that Miami is somewhere that a lot of people come and visit. Okay. So people, and let's say we had hits in Minnesota or something one time, and it kind of is convenient because someone came down here and was like, this ended up being real convenient because I ended up finding the clubs and such and knowing the address and everything right on the app rather than having to go through all these external places or asking around. It was kind of right there. So our strategy, this is more on the development side, is we want people to get real data. Like, maybe find an API where it's already listed of all the places in Miami or Philadelphia, Orlando, California, etc. And they can just, as long as they know where the area is, those local places can pop up first. And then if they want to see outside the area, then they can maybe use a mile radius system or just type in a zip code, and those things can pop up. So that's what I want to do during the winter break. That's how I want to set it up with my developers, that we need to use real data. Data is big nowadays, so we need to play with it.
So are you actually going to these cities and networking with these club owners and things like that?
Yeah, so in September, I was actually going so many places. I was in Orlando, Philadelphia, New York. I'm going there this weekend. But I was recovering because during the hurricane I got in an accident. I had to sit my behind down for a little bit. But I'm back at it. I still got a little hunchback, but it's cool. Like I'm going everywhere. So this weekend I'll be in Philadelphia and New York. So I'm going to get those venues up and popping.
Okay, nice.
Man, I'm so amazed that you started this when you're 19 and you're still 21 and you still having the push to keep going on.
Absolutely.
I know most people that probably a developer done messed them over. It's probably
and I've been screwed. I've lost $5,000 in this business, and that's okay because $5,000 is not going to be nothing when I'm a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? Right. So that's the goal. Like in the future, I know I'm gonna be a millionaire, but right now you have to do your groundwork. Like if I can invest $100,000 into college, why not invest $5,000 into myself?
Definitely.
Like preach.
So how much was your initial investment into this business?
So including getting the back end developer for the website, the app, the marketing side, launch party, etc., probably at least $10,000. At least.
Wow.
And what is your strategy to get the money back? Is it just going to be ads?
Yeah. So
ads?
no, we definitely don't want to focus on that. We will have to use that just because of the impressions. We need to make some money off the impressions. But seeing that, and I guess I'll release the news on here. So
yes, we just got exclusive.
Yes, so we just got partnered up with Booking.com and Groupon.com.
Okay.
So not only will you find a hot event, maybe like I said about the other cities. So let's say I'm going to LA and there's a Rolling Loud out there. You can find that event, bookmark it, and then you can also book a hotel through there too. And with Booking.com, you can get a hotel, car rental, all this stuff, that and other. And with the Groupon API, I have to make sure I install that so they can also see other things to do, because there are things to do on Groupon. Yep. And every time someone purchases something through Groupon, through our app, we'll get a percentage as well. Okay. And then Uber and Lyft, they allow us, if there is any new signups nowadays, because everybody uses Uber and Lyft, but each new signup will be around $5 to $7 per person per new signup. Okay. So I didn't use it for that reason though.
Your app.
Yeah, so they could sign up through the app, or actually as soon as they click on the app, our link is still in the system. So let's say you're on Vybez and you want to go to Mango's or something from here, and you don't have Uber. You could download it, but our link is already through your phone. So they'll know, Vybez is the reason why Tiffany signed up for Uber. Okay. We're going to send her out her payment. Okay.
So I was checking out the website, and like I said, I seen you just mentioned Rolling Out Loud and all of the other great events that you have on there. And you mentioned about the launch party. So just give us a breakdown about the launch party. What could people expect?
Well, I had the launch party in October. Okay. And it was such a great experience. Just the fact that was another thing I put together by myself. It was amazing. Ruby Tuesday was one of our sponsors. We had a lot of local artists come in and, as vendors and, selling their items and just bringing it all in. We had a TEDx motivational speaker there. And when I say we, I mean myself, but Vybez is a family. We're all family, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Vybez is a mood. So that's how I always say we, because, I include everybody and everybody there too. But, and I had my sister fly in. I only met my sister 4 times in my life. She's from Chicago. We don't have the same mom. We have the same dad, but my dad was stationed in Philadelphia when she was, still growing up. So it was so good to see her. And then my brother came from Las Vegas too. It was amazing vibes. And we actually did a video for it. It's on YouTube, so I can give you guys a link and everything. But it was amazing energy. It was very motivational. It was fun. We had a DJ, an awesome female DJ from Miami. It was just amazing. We got a lot of downloads from that too. And that launch party was how I really figure out word of mouth really matters, because we had over 150 attendees coming in and out. So we might have 30 here and then some leave and some are coming in. I'm just like, dang, people are still coming in. Wow, it's just me. That was no Facebook ads. That was no Instagram ads. This is just people saying, hey, this girl is 21 and launching an app. You know, so it was awesome.
That's pretty good.
So right now, where are you receiving more traffic? Is it on your website or through
Definitely
the app?
through the app, because we still have traffic on the website, but we're actually going to close it down and let it run through the app. So basically, we're going to put a landing page on there, so that way everybody who hits the website is just going to the app, so we can connect the database. Because there's some events on there that are older than the ones that are on here. So we definitely want a running database. Just like, for example, Facebook. You know, you see the same status on Facebook on the website as your phone. So they have a connected database. You know about databases. Yeah. So we have to connect our database, because I had started off at WordPress. And if you are an entrepreneur and you need to start off with your website, start off with WordPress. It's cheap. It's usable. Everybody uses it. 75% of the world starts off with there. I started off with WordPress, but we have to move somewhere else to connect the database.
Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's pretty dope. Go ahead, Tim. Go ahead.
I mean, you was looking like you had a real good question. I wanted to hear this one.
I'll let you go ahead. Take it off.
Okay, cool. So what's next? I mean, I know you have these ideas, or you're in the works of developing more. But are you gonna have more apps after this, do you think?
Oh, I actually have another app. But I was like 17, 18, and I was just into games at the time. So I had put out this little game out, but it's not like, everyone go download the app. Like, it was just something that I just wanted to do, because I was getting into graphic design and just wanted to reskin an app. So I have that app out there too. It's just a little kind of game to play.
What I really wanted to ask you, actually, do you feel like your schooling has helped you?
Nope.
She ain't even
not at all.
finish.
St. Thomas, you're not even going to get my love.
You ain't even let me finish.
Because I've been waiting for someone to ask me this, and I don't discourage anyone from going to college, and I'm not like, I have nothing against college, and I don't know if it's just my college, but they've known about my app. I've won competitions at the school about my app. There has been 2 years that I've won, just presenting my ideas. It was like a mini Shark Tank. And they've totally discredited me. They would spell my name wrong when I would win. That's my biggest pet peeve. I give you my name, you spell it right. Like, that's really it.
That's the least you could do.
That's the least you could do. They were supposed to give me mentoring, an internship, like all types of things that they never gave me.
Broken promises.
Broken promises.
I'm glad you said that point, and that leads back to my point. With me being in college and being an entrepreneur, and, a lot of people that we see that started these apps or started these great websites, they probably only went to school for like 2 years. They realized what they wanted to do in life, and they went out. So one thing I want to, explain to everybody, hands-on experience, you would say would be the best teacher you have taught. It
definitely was. Like I said, YouTube University. I swear, like they can make a university. They would make my money. So
if they started charging for YouTube, would you pay?
I mean, as long as I'm learning, I don't care. Shoot, at this moment, I'm about to graduate, I just might do that because. Like I said, it could be the school I went to, but even so, my first year at my other school, they had a lot of broken promises. Like, I became the vice president of the robotics team, and then they didn't even tell us until 3 months later that it wasn't an official club and that they had to shut it down. They didn't have no funding. It's just you got me so hyped. This 18-year-old girl from Delaware finally has a big thing on her back, like a vice president of a robotics club. I'm black, for one, so a lot of people aren't into robots. Okay, let's be honest. And they don't like to study computer science, and I'm a female. So these are three things that are just you don't see, and you're just gonna let me down like that, and not even think of we can't have the robotics club anymore, but join this club. They just left me hanging. Yeah. Wow. So I've always had some type of disappointment at these schools.
Man, I'm so happy that we sat down with you and talked. You just motivated me to even go harder, just to see that you only 21 years old and you still got that fire and that passion. But like we said, this here is mainly about dropping gems on young entrepreneurs. Yeah. So what is one gem that you can drop on a person that's starting a new business, period?
Just try, and I we all have lost it a little bit, but try not to lose that drive, because you have to constantly remind yourself, why did you even do this? Because, like I said, there's trials and tribulations, but that's with everything, school, life, everything else, you always gonna have trials and tribulations and lose some type of motivation, but hold on to that, because that motivation is what honestly got me here. You know, I was, at the time that you guys emailed me and reached out to me, I was going through something. You know, I had lost my uncle. I got in a car accident. Hurricane Sandy or whoever just hit us, like just ruined my mood. That bitch Irma, like, came through and like was messing up mad stuff. So I was already kind of in the slump. But once I heard Make Account reach out to me, I was like, I was like, they recognized me. Like,
that's what's up. Yeah, so, I saw you on Instagram and I was like, man, this is pretty cool. So, and we are looking for female entrepreneurs.
Yes,
female entrepreneurs. Please, we love the men. We love you, men. But
text me and say we need more females. Robert.
We do. I mean, shout out to Crystal. We had Crystal here with the fun bus.
Fit fun bus.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, don't lose that motivation, because you don't know where you can be a year from now, 5 years from now, and even if it takes 10 years, just don't give up, because you are an entrepreneur the day you think of the idea and the day you make the action. Because I had the idea in my head for all of like 2 weeks, and then that's when I found a competition so I can get money, because this money didn't come from just DJing and stuff. I had to go pitch. I had to get in front of investors. I had to do these things so I can try to get some type of funding. And I didn't come across investors and stuff, but I got a grant because I was going so hard, and that grant is what got me in the App Store. Like,
that's what's up.
That's dope.
Well, thank you for sharing your story with us.
No problem.
And before we close out every episode, we give our entrepreneurs an opportunity. You smiling because you know what I'm about to say.
Because I'm like, I heard these podcasts now.
See, I gotta switch it up now.
She like she practiced.
All right, Bree, well, go ahead and give us your 20-second commercial. I'm gonna put the time on the clock.
For why people should download my app?
Definitely.
Well, see, if you want to value your best experience, Vybez is the app for you. If you want to enjoy yourself, if you want to catch a vibe, go on the app right now. For one, it's free. Where you gonna move out? What are you gonna miss out on?
Where you gonna catch a free vibe?
Where you gonna have a free vibe? So that's number one. We free, baby. So download us. Upload your event. You want some free marketing? That's the perfect way to market yourself. And just enjoy yourself. Get a safe ride through Lyft and Uber, and see Booking and Groupon on there soon. So we about to catch this vibe soon.
You're going to have to let us know when the Groupon thing is up, so we can blast that on IG for you.
Amen.
We definitely going to post you on our social media page.
Definitely.
Whatever you need from me and Tiff, definitely don't hesitate to reach out. You're so amazing, man. This is so dope.
Thank
Appreciate
you for coming, man. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Definitely. Thank you.